Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of a can. Put the big around the world and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
There's no mystery. Let's make history with the five. Oh, the strongest. 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5. Yeah. We keep it on the floor. And the funk plus 4 and you got 5.
Yo. Man, it's good to be here with y'all tonight. We live. We are live, yo. For real.
We're live, baby.
I'm just saying. We normally not live these days, but we live tonight. And partly we live because it was just a championship game. And so we want to give y'all the live reaction in real time of the championship game that has just ended per se, so y'all can hear our reaction. That's Chad Major right there. He produces the show, makes us look good every week whenever we do it. And then I'm Lloyd Spence. I'm just here for my amusement and to make y'all feel like y'all, giving y'all something to talk about the water cooler. That's what we're here to do. So we have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. A champion has been crowned. The UConn Huskies just took the title, ladies and gentlemen. The UConn Huskies win their 12th. 12th. That's what I said. 12th title. Can y'all believe that? That's crazy. First of all, let that sink in. Let that sink all the way into your spirit. UConn Huskies just won their 12th national title under Gino Auriemma. Come on, man. 12? 12?
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot. That's the winning. That is officially the winningest coach in NCAA history, men or women. Don't matter.
Man.
Shout out to the great John Wooden, but he didn't get 12. He didn't get 12.
Where would you put him on coach list all time?
Number one. And let me say this. Because I know it's going to be some haters out there. Oh, he did on the women's side, but he never did on the men's side. It don't matter. You can make a case that it was harder on the women's side in some places because he had to go beat Tennessee. He had to go beat Stanford. He had to beat some heavy hitters too.
Yeah.
Some powerhouses. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about he couldn't do it on the men's side. If you're saying that, you're a hater. Gino's that man. Gino is that dude. You don't think Gino can win on the men's side? Absolutely can win on the men's side. If he wanted to, but he chose his path. I ain't mad at it. 12. 12. What you think, Chad?
That's a big accomplishment. 12 is a lot, man. 12 no,
is a lot.
Some people don't even have one. You got 12 of them. So
you know how many fingers I got? 10. You know what I mean? I don't have 12.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, that's definitely he's had great talent come through that UConn locker room, and he just keeps assembling those talented players. So I'm just kind of curious how long he's going to keep doing this thing. That's the one question I have.
That is a great question.
Yeah,
that is a great question because how long will he keep doing it? How long can he keep going? I don't know, Chad. I don't know. That's a great question.
At 12, there's nothing really left to prove at 12.
Nah, your point has been made.
So
your point has for sure been made.
At this point, I
don't even know how old is Gino Auriemma? That's what I need to know.
I don't know.
He is 71.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be doing this too much longer.
I mean,
that's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress.
It is.
For a 70-year-old.
He seems to be enjoying it, though. He ain't tripping.
I don't know, man. That's still a lot of stress for. I mean, it'll keep you young. It'll keep you young. I'm guessing, but that's still a lot of work. That's a lot of work, man.
20. He's been doing this for I don't even know how long. It's been a long time, man.
And then
a long time.
And then you got to find your successor to be able to keep the train going.
He's been doing this for 40 seasons.
Yeah, that's a lot.
40.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just depends on what he feel like he got left in the tank.
I mean, he could go out this year, but do you want to do that to Ozzy and the rest of the girls? I mean,
but he's gonna have to do it to somebody. He's gonna have to do it to somebody. Somebody's not gonna get all four, Gino.
So would you rather do it on a win or a loss?
I don't know if he's looking at it like that. I think he's looking at it as I just need to decide when it's over and that's it.
Yeah.
That's just gonna be it. I think he would love to go out on top, but at the same time, I think he's thinking, you know what? Whenever I go, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like, it don't really matter. Because it's going to hurt no matter what. So you just go when you go at that point. You just go when you go. So there you go. Let's talk about South Carolina for a second. I saw them. This was going to be, first of all, shout out to the Five for picking the Final Four. and also, picking the final game. We finished with a 95.5% percentage of picking it right.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Hey.
We did all right.
We know a little something. We
did all right. We definitely know the women's game. I don't know how we did in the men's game, but we definitely did good in the women's game.
I know we got Houston still. We still got
a shot to pick. Oh, we 93 in the men's.
We know a little something.
I'm just saying we did all right. We'll get to the men's in a minute, but we did all right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we did all right. We did all right. We was good. We was in there.
Yeah. The thing with South Carolina, they're going to get talent. Yes. But like you said before, they got to get some more size. They got to get some Carmilla Cardoza type players in there to be able to hold down the low post and everything. So
100%. They got and they will. I think they will. I think they'll reload. Don, listen, ain't no shortage of players that want to come play for Don Staley. Let's start with that. All right.
Yeah.
Don has proven herself, proven her ability. She's a recruiting monster. She's a coaching. She's a legend. First ballot Hall of Famer in coaching and as a player. South Carolina's gonna be fine. Today they just ran into a bus. So now I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
Was a little surprised to see them throwing the tent a little bit. They kind of got the hope snatched away from them tonight.
That's a young team, man. That's a young team that
You think that's what it was?
I don't really know the status of a lot of the seniors. I don't know. I think there's a couple of seniors on that team, but I think it's a very young team, and they still trying to come together from having a lot of those star players not there anymore, those leaders in the locker room. So I don't know how the leadership is, but I mean, you got a great coach, but that's a young team. So they just need to retool a little bit, and they'll be back for sure.
Can we talk about the fact that this team lost uh, Cardoza? They lost.
What's her name?
I forget the
Boston,
young lady's name.
Aaliyah
Aaliyah Boston the
Boston.
year before. They lost a lot from this undefeated team, that undefeated championship team from last year,
Mm,
and still got back to the title game. Like,
yeah,
man, they're gonna be all right. Listen, you can't win
yeah,
them all. Gino been coaching
yeah.
40 years and he didn't win them all.
I'm surprised by Malaysia Fulwiley and how she played though. There was a lot of turnovers in her on
I
her end.
wasn't. I wasn't
I'm
because
more
that's who
surprised.
she is.
Okay.
She's the best of times. She's the worst of times. And she's young, like you said. She's a young
Mm,
player still trying to find a way. And I think she just, you know, the, she. It's one thing to be able to hide in the moment behind those upperclassmen that are just so, and you're not being asked to do a lot of things.
yeah,
But this year, her role changed significantly, and it's going to change next year significantly. And she's got to learn, she's got to be willing to take that next step as a point guard of being able to step into the role of dominance, but also balance and being able to play both sides of the court. And she's learning. She's
mm.
learning. It was better this year. She's had a bad night, and I think she'll be okay. I think she'll be okay long term.
Do you think she'll crack the starting lineup at some point?
100%. She'll be the starter next year if she stays. That's the other thing. You know, and it, they may have to. They may have to.
It's a business. It's a business.
They may have to
Yeah,
come up with a little change to keep her. You know what I'm saying? But
maybe.
I think if she stays, yeah, she'll crack the starting lineup. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. But shout out to South Carolina, man. A
For
great,
sure.
great squad, man. They're the real thing. They are the real thing. They are
Sure.
the real thing. Um, so now let's head over to the men's side. Let's talk about last night. We start with Florida Auburn. I was not really surprised at that outcome, simply because Florida has been playing amazing,
Mm,
and Auburn has had to fight for pretty much every win they got. And then you got Janai, who was not 100%. So I kind of get it. I'm not taking anything away from Florida because, but Clayton was insanely good.
yeah.
That's an understatement. That is a gross understatement. He was insanely good. He dropped 34 of them things on him. But I just didn't think coming into this game that Auburn was playing their best basketball, and without Janai Broome being 100% healthy and being it, because he didn't hit any threes, he didn't shoot great from the field. He's the engine, and without the engine running as smooth as it can, I just thought they were going to struggle, which they had a game. They were playing great, and then it just, man, Clayton just went off. Like Walter Clayton just went off. And,
Yeah.
and then Elijah Martin did his thing. I mean, ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean Clayton. I mean the game was close. If it wasn't for Clayton's 34, I mean we'd be having a different story. We're talking about Auburn at this point. If Clayton would have scored 10 points less, we could have still been talking about Auburn at this point. But
Yeah.
I mean it was fairly close. I mean he had to put up those many points to have them advance. But I mean, they played the way they supposed to. The bench for either team didn't play too awfully great. The people that got in there, they didn't really make that much of an impact, other than Hall for Florida. He had 12 points. But I mean, like you said, the hot team is gonna be the one to come out of it. So Florida's a hot team at the time, and Auburn is up and down, and so they unfortunately got the short end of the stick. So
Janai Broom, Auburn didn't have their closer. Florida did. And here's what's common in both games as we go over to the Duke side of it, Duke and Houston.
mm,
You cannot win in March without great guard play. I don't care how good. I don't care how good your
you've
interior
been saying that
is.
for a while too. You've been saying that for a
It's
while.
the truth. I mean, I have not seen it yet. I haven't seen any championship team win yet without great guard play. You can't. Your guards, the head of the snake has to be strong, and that guard play has to be significant. Or I just don't think you can win in March. And Walter Clayton was insanely good. Like he was insanely good. But now as we head over to Duke and Houston, I got a different conversation for you.
Okay.
For 32 minutes, 36 minutes, Duke played fine. Like they were all right. Like I wouldn't say Tyrese Proctor was amazing. He wasn't, but they were up by as much as 14 at one point. And they were up the entire game. And then that last 5 to 6 minutes, man, the bottom just fell out. And the one thing I'll say that was amazing about Houston is that they never deviated the entire game from what they do. They kept pressuring Duke to make those shots. They kept pressuring Duke to keep pressure on them. Like if y'all gonna beat us, y'all gonna have to score to beat us. And when Duke got cold at the 35-minute mark or 36-minute mark, it was just like they couldn't find the 1-3 that Cooper Flag hit. I thought, okay, well maybe that's the backbreaker, but Houston was like, "No, man, we ain't going nowhere." And then I got to give it up, man, to Coach Kelvin Sampson and the Houston defense. That inbounds play where he got the three, he tried the three and ended up getting the dunk. You can't coach that better than that. Like that's a masterclass tape for kids all across America to look at and say that's how you coach inbounds under pressure basketball right there. You cannot do it any better than that. And I just think Houston's will to win, coupled with L.J. Cryer's unbelievable guard play, like he matched. Cooper Flag was outstanding, but L.J. Cryer was equally as outstanding.
Yeah.
And again, that's the difference, man. When a guard is dominating in the NCAA tournament, the numbers say you got a better shot of winning. And so I've been saying all along, I didn't know if a singularly led superstar player team could win, and it looks like that was not the case. Cooper Flag was the best player. Houston was the best team in that last 5 minutes, and that's all they needed. They stayed around, and ultimately they got the win.
The thing is that your team has to know how to close. Houston's been there, in this conversation, Elite Eights, the Final Fours for, a couple years now. So they kind of are, kind of used to the things going on in that particular element, and they weren't shying away from that pressure. And Kelvin Sampson was definitely known to coach good under that pressure. And it's just that the Duke, they have a good player. No, he's going to be the number one pick, I'm sure. If unless he doesn't want to go to Utah and he stays. So I mean, it's
How you
just
just
that.
giving Utah the number one pick? How you just handing that over like that?
I mean, it's just
I mean,
ping
yeah,
ping pong balls, man. Just the ping pong ball probability.
You think he's going to Utah? Wow, that would be interesting. Okay,
I don't think if he doesn't want to, he's going to stay at Duke.
He'll
But,
stay, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think that like you said, one player is not going to win you the game. You have to have a team effort, and Houston has been there before, and LJ Cryer has been under those lights before. So it's just knowing how to close, and they definitely know how to close. So I think that's
they did an
the difference.
amazing job. The 2 free throws by Roberts at the end of the game. I mean, come on, man. You can't get no more clutch than that. Like, he knocked those down. And I love the story that Kelvin Sampson said about the kid who shot 150 free throws a day. A day, just to get prepared for that moment. And he was ready, man. He knocked him down like it was nothing. I was like, bam.
Yeah.
And then, to juxtapose that, I think it was Proctor that shot the last 2 for Duke, and he missed the front of the one-on-one. Like, listen.
Yeah.
Man, it was a shocking ending because Duke led that game the entire game. For 36 minutes, they looked like the team of destiny. And then the last 6 to 4 minutes, whatever it was, it just, the bottom fell out, man. It just completely fell out. So now we got Duke. Now we got Houston. Now we got Florida. On record, we are on record as picking Houston to win the whole thing. Do you see anything that would dissuade you from that at this point?
Only thing that I know to see to dissuade me is personal reasons. Because one of my friends that passed away this year, last year, he was a big Florida Gators fan. But then again, my mom, she graduated from U of H, so it's kind of like,
you're in a bad place, bro.
Yeah. So, but I'm sticking with my U of H. Stick with your
U of H. I think your friend would be like, listen, you got to root for mom.
Yeah.
I think Florida will once again. Houston's opponent, Florida, will have the better player in Walter Clayton. But I think Houston has the better team, and if they play defense, if they play the entire game like they played that last 4 minutes, they're going to win that game going away. I don't know if they can, but I know they won't quit. And they're going to fight to the end. So it's going to be an interesting game.
Would you double team him? Would you double team him to get the ball out of his hands? Make somebody else try to beat you? Or just play him straight up?
I think I would have to throw him some looks that he's not prepared for sure. And make it challenging for him to just go do what he does. I don't know if I'm going to give him free lanes. I think I'm going to probably put a lot of pressure on him that he may not be ready to respond to. Throw some folk in the passing lane. Make sure that second layer is on a weird help side kind of thing. Maybe some traps in the corner if I can get to him. I got to throw him some looks he's not prepared for. That's what I got to do, and throw him off his game. And then we got to be 40. I mean, we got to be 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. We got to be 40 minutes all in. There's no tomorrow. And I'm gonna tell you, man. If you've ever seen a Houston practice, they're dogs, man. They practice like dogs. They practice like it's insane. It reminds me of some practices I used to have. Like, for real talk, like just diving on the floor, you going at it. It's just, the drills are physical. It's just you're taught to be dogmatic, and so I think Houston can pull this off, but it's going to take all 5, all 7, all 8, however deep they go, and they're going to have to go all in, and they're going to have to commit to slowing down Walter Clayton. I don't know if you can stop him.
Yeah.
Nobody's proven that they can yet, but you got to put some pressure on him. So.
If he has a good game, do you think he'll be a first round lock? Because he's a senior this year. So.
Right. A first round lock?
Yeah.
Scoring is such a big deal, man.
Because he's like a Steph Curry body type prototype.
No.
No. I say his body type. I say his
No,
body
I
type.
don't even want to say that. I don't even want to say that.
I'm,
I would even. I say
I'm not
he's
saying
more
play
Fred.
style. I'm saying body type.
I would say not, but I don't even agree with that. That's what I'm saying. I would say he's more Fred Van Fleet. That's probably his. That's probably his pro comparison, because he can score.
Yeah.
And I think his ceiling and where he's going to end up being is more Fred Van Fleet than it is. He's not Steph, bro. He ain't that.
No. I'm saying like
I
his
can't
body
even believe.
type.
I
I'm
can't
saying
even
his body
believe you
type.
saying that.
He's 6'3". Steph is 6'3". I'm saying his body type. But I'm not saying play
So is Fred
style.
Van Fleet. Like he's yeah.
I thought
No.
Flair Van Fleet was shorter than that.
He might be, but I'm
Yeah.
saying stylistically, he's Fred Van Fleet.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's Steph.
No,
He
I'm not
just
saying
don't.
play.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
nah.
but I just can't believe you let that come out your mouth. Like,
Nah, I didn't say play. I said
a
it's just
Warrior fan saying that he's
physical,
it's just
physical,
it's insulting,
physical. Okay.
deeply insulting. Is what you did. All right, let's hit the question. Let's head to question 3, and we go get NBA news. Starting with A, the Hall of Fame class was announced this weekend. It leaked out early that Carmelo Anthony was the first of the class, followed by Dwight Howard, Sue Bird and Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, Coach Billy Donovan, Danny Crawford, the referee, owner Mickey Harrison, and the 2008 United States men's basketball team, which puts LeBron squarely into the Hall of Fame as a member of that redeemed team. So, your thoughts on the 2025 Hall of Fame class?
I mean, I'm happy for everybody that got in. It's definitely an honor. Carmelo, I know he was kind of no monkey off his back because he was he's one of those players that hasn't won a championship. So a lot of those Hall of Fame inductions kind of are defined a lot by championships and what have you done. So him getting in that was good because he's a killer on the court. He's a killer on the court. So
Right.
based off his basketball acumen and what his skills were, I mean he definitely deserved to be in there. It's just that a lot of people look at those championships, and if you're not a person with a championship, then they kind of slight you a little bit. Dwight Howard.
What do you think? Just to pause on Carmelo for a second.
Mm.
What do you think Carmelo Anthony will be remembered as a player?
I mean his perimeter game was awesome. But I don't know, like.
Because right now he's top 75.
Yeah. So he's.
Will he remain in the top 75?
I mean,
I can see Carmelo not remaining in the top 75.
From these new crop of players like
That's
the Shea Gillis and the Lucas and yeah, I mean
That's what I'm saying.
You could make a case to knock him out.
Because Jokic is not top 75 currently, but he's gonna be.
Yeah.
But see, I don't think they knock anybody out. I think what they do is they're just gonna add 25 more in.
Yeah, but then I mean, yeah, you'll be top 100, but he'll still be in the top 75, right?
Well, sort of. But I think in my humble opinion, if I was ranking it, I think I'd probably end up moving him down. Probably move
you have to
down
re-rank,
now.
right? Yeah, re-rank.
Yeah, I would, but I don't think they're gonna re-rank. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
But I think if you played against him, he was a problem.
It's a bucket, yeah.
He was a bucket. He was a problem. He was virtually unstoppable from scoring. However, they're definitely gonna knock him for the titles. They're definitely gonna knock him for the playoff runs. Only one conference run that I can think of, and that was against Kobe in Denver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just wasn't able to singularly get any team other than that Denver team to anything beyond a first or second round exit. But I don't even blame him for all that stuff that went in New York, because I don't think that was all his fault.
No, it wasn't. He definitely didn't really have that much help in New York.
And,
Um,
and by help, I'm saying on the court and off. Phil
yeah,
Jackson, for as great as a coach as he was, he sucked as an executive.
yeah,
He's
for
a
sure,
horrible executive.
for sure.
So I can't even be mad at Carmelo for that. So I wonder how kind history will be towards him. If you know, you know. Like
Mm,
Carmelo was a bucket. He was
yeah,
automatic. But I think history's not going to give him his just dues. I think. Now Syracuse, that's one of the greatest championship runs I've ever seen.
mm,
It was one of the greatest I've ever seen. But I just think as a whole, it's going to look, history's going to, when we look 10, 15, 20 years from now, we're going to be like, oh, yeah, Carmelo Anthony, yeah, he can play. It'll be that. It'll be kind of
yeah,
like what we do to Elgin Baylor. Elgin
yeah,
Baylor was amazing, but people don't talk about Elgin Baylor
yeah.
the way that he probably was during this time.
Facts.
So there you go. And then you
Yeah,
say Dwight Howard,
I think what saved him was that championship.
and I think what saved him to be a first ballot, because I think he is a Hall of Famer. But
Hmm.
what saves him ultimately is the championship and the class that he gets to go in with. Like there
Yeah,
wasn't anybody
yeah,
in this finalist group that you could justifiably say Dwight Howard wasn't better than.
facts.
So then it works out for him. Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, no brainers.
Yeah, automatic.
No brainers. Automatic dogs, amazing players, legends, all three of them. I'll even argue and say this, because I've been a WNBA fan, as unlike some people, not you, but I'm saying
Yeah,
unlike
yeah,
other people who are
yeah,
late to the party, just got here because Caitlin Clark got here.
yeah.
Maya Moore could still be winning championships as good as she was. Like she was, the league was thankful that Maya said, I'm about to go pursue some other things. There was a lot of people that breathed a sigh of relief when she left. Because they were like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Because her and Sylvia Fowles and that whole Minnesota squad, woo,
yeah. They were
they were
tough,
they were something. So
tough.
Maya was amazing. Sue Bird was amazing. Sylvia Fowles was amazing. Billy Donovan, you can make a case for that 2 years or those years in Florida and those two back-to-back championships that they won with Joakim Noah and Al Horford and all those guys.
Yeah,
Those squads were amazing. Danny Crawford is a legend, legendary referee, so I get it. Mickey Harrison,
I mean,
I think he's a legend. I think what he did in Miami is legendary.
yeah.
Um, is it more legendary than what Pat did?
Uh,
Does he win any of those without Pat? Because his greatest hire is probably Pat.
he doesn't win it. No, he doesn't.
Okay, so the smartest thing Mickey Harrison did was to hire Pat and get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean that's what you should do. Hire a basketball
Yeah,
mind and get out the way.
he hired a true basketball savant, and then moved out the way, and that was the smartest thing here, and he got him to the Hall of Fame. So there you go. And then there we go. 2008 men's team, also known as the Redeem Team. That's Carlos Boozer. That's Jason Kidd, LeBron James, Deron Williams, Michael Redd, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Chris Bosh, Chris Paul, Tayshaun Prince, and Carmelo Anthony. That is a formidable squad.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you get the first time entries of LeBron James and Dwight Howard and Chris Paul to that squad. You get the probably wouldn't be there if it wasn't for this team entries of Carlos Boozer, Deron Williams, Michael Redd, Tayshaun Prince.
you don't think
It's
Tayshaun
not.
Prince will be a Hall of Famer?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. You think so?
He got ships.
He got one ship.
Dwight Howard got one ship too.
Yeah, but Tayshaun don't have the other accolades that go along with it.
Hmm.
I don't think he would have made it. But it don't matter now because he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It don't
Yeah.
matter now. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't matter how you got there, you're there.
You're there, yeah. I
Right.
don't know. He's one of the key members of them championship teams, though.
Deron Williams for sure wouldn't have got there. And by the way, there was a time when Deron Williams was one of the best point guards in the league for sure. But he wouldn't have got there. He wouldn't have got there had it not been for this squad.
Shout out Deron Williams from the Colony, man.
From the Colony, baby.
Right down the street.
If you know, you know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, he wouldn't have got there. He wouldn't have got there. He wouldn't have got there. You know he wouldn't have got there. Come on now.
We don't know, man. We don't know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I love Deron Williams. He's an amazing player. Texas legend. Would not have gotten to the Hall of Fame had he not been on that squad.
I guess we'll never know.
Michael Redd would not have gotten to. And Michael Redd could ball. Michael Redd got a solid career. I don't think he'd have made it to the Hall of Fame had not been for this squad. But it don't matter.
Don't matter.
He there now. He there now. So scoot over some other people. He in the Hall of Fame. There it is. There it is. So I like the class. It's a good class.
Yeah, that's cool.
Solid class. Solid class. All right. Let's talk about NBA basketball for a second, man. Who is the East best squad? And before you answer, sir, let's take a look at the current standings as of this time on Sunday, even though the games are not done.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland is trying to put away a desperate Sacramento Kings team right now. Boston is dominating the Wizards, but what else is new? Chicago solidly in the 10th spot, or 9th spot now. I apologize. They moved up to the 9th spot. Miami Heat have dropped to the 9th spot. But they are in the play-in right now, so they're solidly in the play-in game. Matter of fact, let's just do this. You know, if you watch it live, let's bring you into the flow. Here we go, right here. Shout out to ESPN who's giving us this courtesy. In the East, you got everything is pretty solidly decided. There might be some decisions to be made in that 3, 4, 6, but I doubt it.
You don't think nothing's gonna change?
I don't think so. I think the Knicks are probably. I think everybody's where they're gonna be.
I think you gotta look out for Milwaukee because Dame's not back yet, and so they could.
They might flip flop with Detroit. They might. But other than that, I think, and then maybe some flip flop in the play-in games. But for the most part, everybody's where they're gonna be. With 4 games left, I think it's 4 games after today.
Yeah.
Some teams have 3, so everybody's pretty much where they're gonna be. I think. In the West, though, we still got a 3 through 8 to decide, and man, it is tight. In the words of the Good Times crew, JJ's crew, it's tighter than pantyhose 2 sizes small.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah,
I old school you right now.
Yeah. You did.
So Oklahoma is locked. Houston is locked. And I don't know.
That 3 through 5 is tricky.
That 3 through 8 is tricky. Now
I
don't foresee that the Lakers are going. The Lakers got a huge win today against the Thunder, and they dominated that game.
They did.
That was crazy that they and Oklahoma City tried. They didn't sit anybody. They tried, and the Lakers just were better. They were 25 points better today. Now, are they legitimately 25 points better? I don't know. But they were 25 points better today. So that was interesting to me. I think what's going to happen, this is just my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion on this.
Mm.
I think the Lakers are going to lock down that 3 because they hold the tiebreaker on all of them, and especially Denver. So even though they're a game up on Denver, it's really like they're a game and a half because they hold the tiebreaker. Let's see, and the Lakers have, what do they have left? Let me pull that up on a tab. The Lakers have left. They have a tough schedule left. They got Oklahoma again on Tuesday. They got Dallas on Wednesday. They got Houston, and then they got Portland. So you got to believe the Dallas and the Portland games should be wins. Although that Dallas game, ooh-wee.
It's gonna be a fever pitch.
It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I think the Lakers should be. The only thing about that Dallas game that gives me pause is that's a back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're JJ, do you want that Dallas game or do you want that Houston game?
I think you can live with the loss from Dallas, but you want to win that Houston game, I would think.
I think you want to win that Houston game. If I'm now JJ's probably gonna play them all out, probably. But on a back-to-back with LeBron, I might sit LeBron on that one, on that Wednesday game. Why not?
But that's a nationally televised game, though.
It is. I don't care. I'm talking with championship this year.
That's
I'm
Luka's
this year.
That's Luka's coming back to Dallas.
Give him the stage.
I don't know, man.
Give him the stage and let him play AD straight up. Nah, I don't know. I'm selfish right now.
He could sit him against Portland. He could sit people against Portland.
Oh, listen, I don't expect anybody to play in that Portland game. I would think if they can win against Oklahoma City, Dallas, and Houston, ain't nobody playing in that Portland game.
He could sit him against the Oklahoma City since they already beat him today.
I wouldn't do that though. I'd go ahead and get Oklahoma City one more time if I can, because I'm trying to send them a message too. Like, we gonna be here. Are y'all gonna be here?
Yeah.
We gonna be here. That's what I would do. I'm depending on where we are come Friday, I might sit them both games.
No.
Like, if I get Oklahoma City and Dallas and the Nuggets can't get that 3 spot, then why not sit everybody on the last 2 games and get everybody the rest they need, and then you got a week's worth of rest for the squad, and they can come in super fresh for the first game.
Yeah, either they come super fresh or super rusty. That it's either or.
Either or. But I need LeBron fresh.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I might sit him. But anyway, so the interesting part for me is Denver Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta keep it gangster, man. The hottest 2 teams. I know you look over here and you see Thunder 8-2, Rockets 8-2 in the last 10.
Yeah.
You see Lakers at 5-5, but some of that's LeBron not playing. But Lakers got 2 massive wins against Houston and against the Thunder.
Mm.
The Nuggets are trending down. They lost the last 3. And the Warriors are trending up. They've won the last 5. And the Timberwolves won the last 5.
Yeah.
And the Clippers have won the last 4. Now, I'm going to say this. Lakers Timberwolves is interesting, bro.
It's interesting. Yeah, it is.
It's interesting because the Timberwolves are a big squad. And that size could be problematic for,
because y'all not big no more.
We're not big we missing the size, a little bit of size. But we got dogs that'll get up in you. So it could be interesting right there. It could be interesting to see how that plays out.
I feel like Denver and Golden State is going to either stay where they are or swap 4 and 5. I feel like they're just going to play each other.
So okay, so let's look and see who does Golden State have left. They have
Very, very favorable schedule.
Golden State's in the 5 spot, right?
Yeah.
So Golden State they got 5 games left. That's tonight. They play Houston
Yeah.
tonight. Wow.
Play Houston
But it's
tonight.
at home.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got Phoenix. At some point, Phoenix is gonna lay down. At some point, right?
Which we've already beat
Surely.
Houston. Yeah. I mean, no KD, right? So, yeah.
Right. No KD. At some point, they're gonna lay down. San Antonio,
You get that.
Portland, Clippers. This is an interesting schedule. For them
Like I
as
said,
well.
Like I said, the Clippers are playing good, so that's the only really game I'm worried about.
If they're locked in, then there should be no problem.
Mm-hmm.
If they stay locked in, this should be no problem whatsoever. What are your thoughts on your Warriors? Can they hold that 5?
I think it's going to be either the 5 or the 4. They can move up if they need to. But I mean, I really like what we've done the past couple of games. We beat, the Lakers, we beat Memphis, and we beat Denver.
You ain't got to do that with the Lakers.
I'm just recapping who we beat.
Okay.
I'm just recapping. So we beat, some pretty good teams. So that's very encouraging. So I think we'll probably
playoff teams.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive, bro.
That's good. Yeah. So I think that
Memphis
was
technically is not a playoff team. They're a play-in team.
Okay. Well.
No. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be accurate in my.
They have the same record as the Clippers, so I mean
they do
play playoff team. So.
And they have the same record as the Timberwolves. So I think Memphis is trending horribly in the wrong direction.
Well, yeah, they fired their coach, so yeah.
Forget the 2 wins. I don't care. They're not playing well.
Yeah.
It does not matter to me. They're 3-7 over their last 10, and they look worse than that.
So in the play-in, the 7 will play the 8, right? Or the how does that
7,
go?
8.
Okay.
First game, 9-10 plays, 7-8 plays. Whoever loses the 9-10 is out completely.
Okay.
Whoever wins the 7 and 8, they're in at 7, and then the 8 and 9 will play for the final spot.
So if this is what it is, I think the Clippers would knock off Memphis. So I don't think you have to worry about Memphis at this point. If the play-in start today.
I think Memphis will get the 8th spot just because Dallas doesn't have enough to get to the finish line. But
I disagree because they got their bigs back. They got AD back, they got Lively back, and they got Gafford back. And I mean, for one game, I think they can knock off Sacramento.
They don't have anybody that can stop Ja Morant if Ja Morant is playing like Ja Morant.
He's not gonna be there because LA Clippers gonna knock them off.
No, if they win the first game, they'll get another game.
Memphis is not gonna win. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna play LA Clippers and they're gonna lose.
You're saying Dallas is gonna beat Sacramento, right?
Yes.
You're saying the Clippers are gonna beat Memphis, right?
Correct.
Okay, so then that means Memphis and Dallas will play for the 8th spot.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna get 2 games regardless.
Well, they just beat Memphis, so Dallas can beat Memphis. They just beat them.
Can't argue with that. But that I can't argue with. I don't know. I think if you're the Lakers, you'd rather see the Clippers fall into that 6th spot. I think that's what you would rather see. Minnesota or Memphis somehow falling into that 6th spot. Either one of them is an easier route to me if you're the Lakers than it would be for Minnesota. Minnesota could be challenging.
Yeah.
But the number one thing that you did do if you're the Lakers holding on to that 3rd spot is that you avoid the Thunder until the Western Conference Finals.
I think that's what everybody trying to do.
I don't know if they are though, because I don't know if the Thunder, as many games as the Thunder have won, they are still a very. I listen. I understand what everybody's saying on the internet and on the TVs, and they're saying, "Oh, the Thunder are this good, they're that, they're this, blah blah blah." I got it, but the problem is they ain't done it.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather see them in the conference finals, knowing they haven't done it. You know, I got a better chance to get to the
Can I
finals.
throw something? Can I throw something out at you?
Okay.
You ready for this? Not 100% sure I wouldn't want to see them in the second round while I'm still fresh. I don't know if they can do it. What have they done to make you think that they can do it? Didn't they go out in the second round last year?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why everybody is saying, "Oh, the Thunder, the Thunder, the Thunder."
No.
Listen, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has had a phenomenal year. It is an MVP year, no question about it. But beyond him, what have they done to make anybody think that they're going to win going forward? Just because they're tall?
Well, they
Just because they're young?
not necessarily. You got to do it. You got to. I mean, you just got to do
it.
You got to do it.
Do it. And until they do it, they haven't done it. So now let me ask you a question. If there is a surgeon that's supposed to operate on you, do you want the surgeon that's done it a lot of times, or the surgeon who is qualified but has never done it?
Oh yeah, I want the experience person.
That's all I'm saying. Experience matters. Experience matters. And I honestly think that the Thunder got to prove that they can do it. The same thing with the Rockets.
Yeah.
They got to prove that they can do it. And there's nothing about what they've done that proves that they can do it. So I don't think it is a foregone conclusion to think that the Lakers, the Warriors, who are playing phenomenally right now, and I'll even throw in the Timberwolves. I think those are your three most dangerous teams in the West.
I think you got to throw in Denver too, though. You got to. They got Jokic. Yeah, they got Jokic. You got to.
You do. But here's where I would disagree. I think not having a bench is going to come back to bite them in the behind. You have to have somebody to be able to go to in a 7-game series. And the other night, Jokic played 53 minutes. And I thought, didn't they lose that game the next night?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That was a phenomenal game of the year that they played against Minnesota. But the next night, they took the L. Because that man played 53 minutes, and they needed all 53 minutes just to take the L that they took to Minnesota. I'm just saying, man, you got to have a bench. And I don't think they have one, and I think that's going to bite them in the tuchus. So, my 3 through 8 is Lakers, Warriors 4. Well, let's see what the Nuggets got left. That's the one thing we didn't look at. Let's see what the the Nuggets got left. The Nuggets' remaining schedule is, I'll just call it out. Indiana, Sacramento, Memphis, Houston. They got Indiana tonight. They got Sacramento Wednesday, Memphis Friday, Houston on the road Sunday.
All those are winnable games. Except for,
they are.
I mean, Houston can go either way, but I mean, all those are winnable games.
They are. I don't know. I think it's going to depend on what they're playing for, too. I don't know. If it gets down to the 3 seed is locked up, I don't know if I push Jokic like that. I'm going to say this. Go ahead.
Oh, just say you want to preserve them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to say Lakers lock the 3 up. Golden State gets the 4. Denver gets the 5. Because they're a game behind the Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only flip-flop is Denver and Golden State.
Yeah, because I
And
had L.A., Golden State, Denver, Minnesota, and the Clippers. The seven.
okay, I think I agree with that. I think I agree with that. Okay, all right. So there you go. That's our predictions for the rest of this week. Question 4. Shador had his workout uh, Friday. Was it Friday? These days run
Friday.
together.
Friday.
Friday, along with other members of the Colorado Buffaloes squad, including a very surprise appearance by Travis Hunter at wide receiver. Your thoughts on Shadur's workout? It was,
It was
and then
solid.
also, and then Shiloh will be taken in what round? So let's start with Shadur. You
Sure,
said
sure.
solid.
Yeah, it was solid. He didn't do anything to mess his position up, I don't believe. There was some chatter about him patting the ball, whatever, whatever that.
That's overrated. That's
Yeah.
overrated. Yeah.
But I mean, he threw the deep ball well. No, he threw the no under passes no well. He didn't do anything that I thought that was going to wreck his position on being the top 5. So it was cool. It was cool. Shiloh, he ran a 4. I keep getting like
I've heard some
disparaging.
4.45. I've heard some
Yeah.
4.52 somewhere in there. He ran.
Whatever it is, 4.44, 4.5, still
It's a
good for a
solid
safe.
number. It's a
Still,
solid
still,
number.
still good for a safety. I think he'll be within the 4th or 5th round, though. I think
4.5.
fourth,
I'm gonna say that I agree with you that Shadur's workout was. I'm gonna use a different word. I'm gonna say uneventful. Like there's nothing that he did to hurt himself,
mm-hmm.
but also I don't think there's anything he did that made his situation better. I think what he is what he is. There's enough tape out there. There's enough everything out there that he solidified, I think, in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's top 3. I still think that my Giants are going to take him at 3. I'm hearing that Cam is pretty much a lock at 1, which that doesn't surprise me at all.
Mm-hmm.
The question mark is 2. What will the Browns do? And I keep hearing all kinds of things. I keep hearing Abdul. Now there's a lot of Travis talk on both of those guys. So it may be that the Browns decide we're so boxed in with this Cam thing. I mean, with this Deshaun thing financially that we just can't afford to do that. And so they may stick it out. I don't know. So I'd be shocked if they didn't try to take Shador. At this point, as a Giants fan, I think you feel relatively good about whatever happens at 3 now. Because 3 is either going to net you Abdul, Travis, or Shador. Any one of those 3 you feel really, really good about.
Yeah.
So and if it nets you Travis, then I can see them going to get Tyler Shuck or Jackson Dart on the back end of the draft. And I think those are solid backup plans, which now that makes more sense to have Russell there. So I'm good. I'm good with where we are. I'm really good with where we are. So I don't have any issues with it. With Shiloh, I think it will depend on where Shiloh ends up. And here's what I can see. Being honest with you. I can see a scenario where he goes to the Giants, Shador, and then Shiloh ends up with the Giants as well.
I can see that too.
I can see them taking the pair because they need a safety. They need a safety. And a big play, big hit safety would be all right to take. Now, where do you take them is the question. Maybe you take them at 3. Maybe you take them at 4. 3 to guarantee you got them. 4 is the gamble. 4 somewhere anything 4, 5, and 6 is a little bit of a gamble, but I can see them taking 3 as a courtesy to Prime and also to Shador. And then you put the brothers in there, make Shador's situation just a little bit more comfortable. If you take him at 1. I can see him going. I can see Shador. I can see Shiloh and Shador being taken to the same exact team.
I can see that too. I can definitely see that too. Like you said, it would be it would be good for all parties involved, and I think Dion will be happy to be able
Dion
to
be thrilled.
he only has to go to one place,
It's
wherever,
one plane
wherever.
ticket.
Yeah, so I think that would
It's one
be
plane ticket. So
and like you said, it would make it makes Shador happy. Like why not? Why not?
why not? Right? Why
Why
not?
not? But
All right.
I would like to
Good.
see the possibility of a Miles Garrett or Abdul Carter. That would be
See, to me,
that would be
as
something.
much as they need a quarterback, a Miles Garrett Abdul Carter pairing could kind of level the playing field for them. Like, yeah, now they don't have to go spend a whole lot on a quarterback. They just need somebody who can be solid and give the ball back to the defense.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Give the opportunity back to the defense.
Cut
So
them
I don't
points
know.
down.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with winning games 17-15. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
sure,
So
sure.
eh, they got some interesting options over there in Cleveland. So
I think after the first three picks, then the draft's gonna open up because we
that's
don't
when the
really
draft
know.
is gonna open up. Exactly, I agree.
We don't really know.
And let me also say this: Jimmy Horn is going to be a steal in the draft wherever he
Oh
goes.
man. Oh man.
Going to be a steal. I don't know where he's
Oh man.
going, but he's going to be a steal if
Oh
whoever
man.
gets him.
Yeah.
They got some receivers over there that I think are like
Yeah. All
for
three of
real.
those, three or
All
four of
three of
those
those guys. I
receivers.
love all of them. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens with that receiving core as well. So just want to throw that in for free. All right. You gave me a bonus question that I was not expecting, so I want to jump into that
Yeah.
real quick. This is a good question. Now, where did it come from, first of all?
It came from We Pretend KFAB is Alive on Facebook.
On
It's,
Facebook,
it's a
okay?
group, yeah.
They put up a 90s WWE Mount Rushmore. And they said that the WWE 90s Mount Rushmore is Hogan, Savage, Randy's Macho Man Savage, The Undertaker, and The Ultimate Warrior.
Mhm.
Your thoughts on that? Now we're
Uh,
talking. Let's be clear.
yeah.
We're talking WWE only,
Yes. Yes.
not the whole thing.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All these guys at one point in time were the biggest things in their prospective '90s timeline. So
Right on.
I get it, but I don't know. I think I would have to take off. It's gonna be between the Ultimate Warrior and Randy Savage, and
Really, for you?
I think
Okay.
I would have to put either Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna have to. And I like Ultimate Warrior too, and I'm gonna have to take off Randy Savage and
Okay.
put I guess Shawn Michaels. Let me Shawn Michaels.
Okay. Fair. So here's the problem I'm having with the list. We're overvaluing and misappropriating Hogan and
Okay.
Savage.
Okay.
To me, Hogan and Savage were both 80s dominant in the
Okay.
WWE. And the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior was 80s dominant.
Okay.
So right there, all three of them are gone for me.
Okay.
Right there. Because they were 80s dominant wrestlers. Now, you look at The Undertaker, and yeah, he started becoming dominant in the 90s.
Mhm.
He won against Hogan in 91, won the Royal Rumble in 97. But you can argue the backside of Undertaker's career was when we started really paying attention to the streak, that's when The Undertaker was like that dude. So
Yeah.
I think this is going to maybe shock you. I think I would throw the whole list out.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think you got to start with Stone Cold because
And
in 90s
he was strictly '90s, right? It started in '90s.
he won the King of the Ring in 96.
Okay.
That kicked off Austin 316.
Okay.
And from 96 on through, He won 3 Royal Rumbles, 97, 98.
Okay.
And then he ended up winning 2001, but he won 97, 98. And then he won the WWE Championship 6 times in the 90s. So you got to put Stone Cold in there in the 90s.
Okay.
That was his decade. So I think I would start with Stone Cold. I think I would go to Bret Hart for sure. Bret was amazing in the 90s, especially early 90s. I think I would put Shawn Michaels in there as my third. And then WWE, my fourth. You know what? I might shock you with this one. I think I'm going newly minted Hall of Famer, individual Hall of Famer. I think I'm going Triple H.
Triple H, okay.
I think I'm going Triple H. D Generation X. You talking about? He won King of the Ring. He won.
That was in the 90s. DX was in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah. That started in the 90s. That started in '97.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you can make a case that between DX, Stone Cold, and The Rock, that's the only reason WWE stayed afloat against WCW in the 90s. So I got to give Triple H more credit than I think he's getting on this list. So I'm going Triple H, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and Bret Hart.
Solid list.
Solid list. Okay. All right. Good. Last thing for the day, my brother. In honor of the champion that is UConn today and the champion that will be between Houston and Florida tomorrow, we're going to talk about the 5 favorite championship teams from four different places, 4 different organizations, and also the one that's not our favorite team. Because we know, like in NFL, my Giants beating the Patriots is my favorite championship of all time. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That was, which, by the way, which is a closer than you might think. The runner-up is my Giants beating the Bills wide right. And that was an amazing Super Bowl in 1990. One that a lot of people didn't even see coming. I didn't even see coming.
Facts.
So there you go. So that's me, NFL. And then obviously you're going to go some cowboy ridiculous, blow the dust off Super Bowl.
I mean, we were that team in the 90s. I mean, so we did the thing in the 90s.
Can't argue against that.
we did our thing. So, yeah, the
even
Cowboys
team won more than we won, but whatever.
But, I mean, who's counting? I mean, Cowboys teams of the 90s for sure. Yeah.
All right. So in the NBA, I love all the Lakers championships, but my favorite, I think, was the breakthrough one of 2000 with Shaq and Kobe. That lob, I remember where I was and who I was with when that lob went up from Kobe to Shaq.
Yeah.
On that comeback, 15 points down to the Portland Trailblazers. And that lob, I remember where I was and how crazy I went when Shaq dunked that basketball and then pointed to his kids up in the stands. Bro, come on, man. And I love 80s championships with the Celtics, beating the Celtics. I loved beating the Pistons. I remember a lot of the Lakers championships. But that one was special. That one was, we back. We back, baby. We back.
Yeah.
And so I love that one. Okay.
So some would say the 2015 championship was Steph winning his first one, but I'm going to go 2017 when he brought his compadre, KD, along. And, KD coming down the court and shooting that 3 in LeBron's eye.
Hey.
I'm going to 2017 championship with the Warriors.
Okay.
KD's first championship.
Got you. All right. College football championship. Which one got you the most?
I mean, 2023 Michigan Wolverines. I mean, can I say any more? Yeah, no.
For me, oh man, there's been some really good ones.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say You know, one that is forgotten, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up and make sure.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that wasn't technically a national champ. The problem with this question is that in my life I've lived through actual national championship games and assumed national championship games.
What's an assumed championship game?
Remember, there was a time pre-BCS. This shows how old I am. Pre-BCS, that the decision didn't come to a game. It came down to writers' votes.
All right.
And so,
got me there.
yeah. So, I'm a little conflicted about the question. So I'm gonna go. Let me see. I may have to stick to actual college national championship games, like real ones.
Yeah.
And so based on, because the BCS, that lasted from 98 to 2013. So, and then after that, we had what we have now, or some version of what we have now. So I'm going to go, let's see. This is tough. This is really tough. And I got to go. Oh, I got it. I don't know why I'm even struggling. My favorite championship game of all time, USC Texas.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I can make a more than solid case that was the greatest championship game of all time. That game was amazing. Amazing.
It was.
So three Heisman Trophy winners. A battle back. Yeah, that was the game. That was the game. Okay. College basketball championship. What's your favorite?
My favorite college basketball. I'm gonna go with Kevin Ollie replacing Jim Calhoun, 2014 UConn.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was in Arlington, Texas too. So that was close to him.
And a shocking one.
Yeah.
The petty in me should say Louisville, Michigan.
Don't do it. Yeah.
The petty in me should say that.
But I mean, it was vacated, so I mean,
you were there. You saw it.
Yeah.
You were in the building. You saw it.
I saw it.
I don't want to hear nothing you talking about right now about vacation. You saw it.
Vacated.
However, yeah, you know what it was. But I'm not going to say that. Believe it or not, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I offer up two very solid ones. Number one, it's the most forgotten dominant team I think in the history of college basketball. And I can't believe as a diehard Louisville fan, I'm saying this. But that 96 Kentucky team was incredible. And they never get their just dues. But they were incredible. So
Facts.
I offer them up just for conversation. But my final answer is my favorite, my personal favorite, was the 94 Arkansas team that beat Duke.
Solid.
I love it.
Solid.
Corliss
Solid.
Williamson, Scotty Thurman, Corey Beck.
Solid.
That's my squad. Love that team. Love that squad. All right. Favorite championship that is not your favorite team. By the way, obviously I have to offer up Texas Rangers winning their first title again. Come on.
That was mine. That was mine. That's mine.
That's gonna be yours for this
That's
answer?
mine. That's
that
mine.
was so dope, right?
That was mine.
But I can't offer that one because that's my favorite team.
Yeah.
So I can't offer that one. So I'm gonna say another one that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. Man, that Villanova one was nice. The one where they hit the final.
You're talking about over Michigan?
Yeah. Was that over Michigan? No, real talk. I forgot it was Michigan. Was that Michigan last three-pointer? At the
I don't.
buzzer, that was
I
Michigan.
we lost to Villanova, but I'm not sure if that's the one. I don't know because
Well, that
Villanova's been in a couple times. So
I think that was North Carolina, wasn't it?
I know we lost to Villanova,
That was
Jalen
a hell of a
Brunson.
game.
Yeah. But I think
That
you
was a
might
hell
be
of a game. I
might
think
be
that
the
was a hell of a
first
game.
time Villanova was in there.
That Villanova was nice. No, you know what? Scrap that. My favorite, not my team moment, UNLV 1990. I had never seen a team that dominant in my life up until that point. I had never seen a team that was so much better. First of all, if you go back and look at that year, that Arkansas team, which was one of my favorite teams, was so good. They were dominating the SEC. And when they played UNLV that year, UNLV busted their tail. Like, it was like, I was looking at that game going, this is the game of the year. Arkansas going to be right there. This is their coming out party. And that UNLV team was like, nah. This is not your coming out party.
Yeah.
This is your reality check. And that team was amazing. So I'm going to say that that UNLV team, 1990, and when they beat Duke by like 20, 30 points, it seemed like you were thinking, man, Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill, that team was amazing. And they got donkey stomped out there. Yeah. So I'm going to give it up to that squad. That was. I do have a question for you, though.
Okay.
I don't know if you're prepared for this question.
I'm scared, man.
Could the Fab Five have beaten that UNLV team?
No. Say who's on the UNLV team again?
That was Larry Johnson.
Okay.
Greg Anthony, Stacey Augmon.
Okay.
That team was loaded, bro. That team had like 5 NBA players that had significant NBA careers.
Of course we could beat them.
Wow.
Of course.
I don't know, man.
Of course we could beat them.
That's a dream matchup, though. That's a dream matchup. But yeah.
Of course we could.
That's my favorite squad. So, all right. What a show. What a great show me and my little bro just did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all
yes,
watched
sir.
it. You either watched it in real time or you watched it on the rewatch, but you saw it. That's all I'm saying. You saw it. All right. Let's do some shout outs, shall we? Collective shout out to the UConn women and South Carolina. Great game. Well, not a great game. It was a good game.
It was a game, right? No,
South Carolina didn't play the best. But shout out to UConn for winning their 12th. Shout out to South Carolina for being there. And then shout out to Houston and Florida for getting to the game. When we come back next time, there will be a champion crown. All right. With that being said, who you shouting out, little bro?
Yeah. First, I'm gonna shout out you and your fam. Got to see you in person. Got to give you that hug a couple weeks ago.
Wow, man. Wow, it was nice to put my arms around you.
Yeah, man. Bad circumstances, but I mean,
horrible circumstances. But we saw each other.
Yeah, it was great to see you and the fam. Appreciate you for blessing my son with his MVP ring.
I mean, that's what uncles do, bro. Uncles do.
He still got it around his neck and holding it.
Should. Because that's what champions do. He's a champion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to No UConn women and the MVP, Ozzy Fudd. I like how her mom had that shirt on. Foot around and find out.
Yeah, she was out of pocket for that one. But
around to find out.
But I get it though. I get it.
I'm sure it's probably gonna go like hotcakes now, boy. But definitely shout them out. Just shout out the guys in the absence. Reggie, Cam. Posthumously Shake.
Shout out guys.
Yeah, man. It's just the Five Nation, man. Thank you for keep rocking with us, man.
Appreciate all of y'all, man. Shout out to you again, you and your lovely wife.
Thank you.
For showing up, and appreciate being able to hug them and put the family around my neck for a minute. Needed that in a very difficult situation.
Yes, sir.
And again, shout out to just sports right now. It's dope. We just had a dope college March Madness. We're about to have an even doper NBA playoffs. I think we're about to see some really special things happen in NBA playoffs. I feel like I'll close with this prediction. I feel like a Lakers, Warriors, NBA or Western Conference Final is inevitable. It's something about the way these two teams are playing. It just feels like, and I'll be the first to say it. I don't care. I'll put myself out there. But it feels like it is inevitable. It does. It does. It does. It does. So I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there.
Playoff Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy.
Listen, playoff Jimmy versus playoff Luka and playoff LeBron. I just feel like we headed toward a collision course.
Playoff Steph.
So I'll leave it alone for now. But I'm just saying. Okay. But it's going to be a great playoffs. Hopefully you guys will be joining us for it all. This is the 5, y'all. And we got a very special surprise coming next week. Y'all don't want to miss next week's show. I promise you it's going to pay off big. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Stay safe out there. And Five Nation, holla back.
Five will get you 10 when you're plugging in with the five. There's no mystery. Let's make history with the five. Oh, the strongest. 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and you the five.